Hello everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. Before we start this video, I want to mention that I have my own community Discord. If anyone would like to join, I'll leave the link in the description below. Again, this Discord is for Destiny 2 purposes. If you want to meet new people, if you want to group up with people to do things, this is the place to be. Now on to the purpose of today's video. So guys, today we're going to be talking about the new 6 weapons from the new raid, Vow of the Disciple. There's been a lot of speculation on how good these weapons are. We're going to be dissecting them today, what they can roll with, and everything that they may contain. So in today's video, there's not going to be a particular order that we're going to be going over the weapons. It's just in a random order because, yeah, why not? They're all good. There's no what's better than what. Every single weapon is good. So today we're going to be starting with the fusion rifle by the name of Deliverance. It's a stasis fusion, meaning it belongs in the kinetic slot, and it's a precision frame, which usually means they're pretty good fusion rifles in general. Before we start, I do want to say that all these weapons we're going to be listing today do have the perk named by the Soul Drinker, which basically means gain health based on the number of hits before reloading. This of course can become really handy when you're in face-to-face combat situations. It is good, but it's not one of the best, but it's still pretty good for what it does to these weapons when you reload after hitting a target. This weapon can roll with a lot of things, as you may see, but we're not going to focus on the barrels. We're only going to focus on the other 3 rows of perks, right? So starting with the batteries or magazines, you have accelerated coils, enhanced battery, ionized battery, projection fusion. We have particle repeater and liquid coils. Out of all of these, in my opinion, it would either be accelerated coils or liquid coils that you want in your weapon, of course. In the second row, we have demolitionist, cornered, compulsive reloader, heating up, perpetual motion, steady hands, and sleight of hands. In the last row, we have surrounded, tap the trigger, harmony, adrenaline junkie, kill clip, beta and switch, and yeah, that's pretty much it. The last one is successful warm up, which is más o menos, it's not that great. So in these perks, in my opinion, to just get down to the good of it, in my opinion, the best things you can roll with is demolitionist, adrenaline junkie, great combo, or cornered, surrounded, even better. Either of those 2 is the best thing you can roll. The next weapon we're going to be looking at is the pulse rifle by the name of Insidious. It belongs to the 450 archetype pulse rifle, which is the aggressive burst. As you may see, this weapon can roll with a lot of interesting things, specifically because 1, it's a pulse rifle, and 2, it's in a high aggressive burst. You don't see a lot of higher aggressive bursts being good inside of PvE, and this is the first out of many, or the first actually, that I've ever seen in this game to actually be extremely good in not just both PvP but in PvE. Now to dissect the weapon barrels, you, in my opinion, for a pulse rifle, all you want is range. So corkscrew rifling and hammer forged rifling will be your best choices here. Magazines, in my opinion, will either be tactical mag or alloy magazine. So when you ran out of bullets, you can just easily you reload faster, right? 0.85% faster reload. And then in the third row, our main focus here, we're gonna have compulsive reloader. Yet again, we have dragonfly. We have stats for all. This basically, what this does is hitting 3 separate targets, increase weapon handling, stability, reload, and range for a moderate duration. Like this with 1 for all would be good, but that's not what I really like or prefer or recommend. So we're gonna move on. We have sleight of hand. We have demolitionist. Yet again, we have rapid hit, and we have heating up. In the last row, we got adaptive munitions. What this does is this weapon adapts its damage output and effects against energy shields that does not match a weapon's damage type, right? Again, we have 1 for all. We have bait and switch. We have Vorpal Weapon, Adrenaline Junkie, and we have Rampage. And don't forget the perk that I accidentally skipped, Bait and Switch. Deals damage with all equipped weapons within a short time to give this weapon a damage boost, which is alright, in my opinion, not the best. So, of course, now talking about what I would recommend highly. First of all, yet again, we have Demolition as Adrenaline Junkie. You can never go wrong with this combo. It's a beautiful freaking, synergy between two perks. Amazing. Now, the next one is more about, I want to say, regular gameplay in PvE, or you can also take it in high end game activities such as raids, grandmasters. It would be Rapid Hit. Well, Vorpal Weapon. Again, Vorpal Weapon, I don't know if you guys knew, right now has a 25% buff on all, primary weapons. And of course, Rapid Hit, the more crits you get, the faster reloads at the end, whenever you stop shooting. So that's why, in my opinion, these two combos, perks, total 4, work so good together. So guys, the next weapon we're going to be looking at is called Cataclysm, the linear fusion rifle, guys. This is, in my opinion, right now, the best linear fusion rifle out there in the game that's not an exotic. We have Sleeper Simulants. I believe this specific linear fusion rifle, the Cataclysm, can easily beat out the Sleeper by like a mile because of the perks that it contains and how much ammo efficient it is. So now guys, we're gonna start looking into the perks I see up here, so let's start dissecting. So guys, yet again, we're dealing with another fusion. Well, this time, again, linear fusion. Burrows, I just want range, but in my opinion, the best thing you can get here is corkscrew rifling. You get +5 range and +4 handling, so you're quicker in, stowing your linear fusion, or you can go with corkscrew rifling, hammerforge rifling, up to you. Now, since again, we're dealing with the fusion, we're dealing with batteries. Now, there's only 2 batteries you should always focus on: accelerated coils and liquid coils, the first perk and the last perk. Up to you what you want to choose. If you get either or, up to you. Best thing you can have. Now, in the third row, I'm just gonna get down to it, guys, down to the point. The best thing you can get out of the third row is 4 times the charm. You can never go wrong. What this does is rapidly landing precision hits will return 2 rounds to the magazine, meaning if you just keep shooting, 2 rounds that you previously shot will come to your magazine out of thin air, straight out of thin air. In my opinion, this is the best thing you could use on this gun. 4 times the charm. Same thing with the iKilo sniper rifle. People, if you have the Godroll iKilo sniper, you know how powerful that thing is with 4 times the charm and high impact reserves. Now, going to the final row, again, like I just mentioned a couple seconds ago, we have high impact reserves. What this does is rounds at the end of the magazine deal more damage. Or the second half of the magazine deals more damage. I do recommend this, but if you don't get what I'm about to call next, then keep high impact reserves. Is good enough. Is does good amount of damage. Now, the best thing you can have in the 4th row is the final perk, one of the new perks called Focus Fury. What this does is dealing half of the magazine as precision damage, grants this weapon bonus damage. The shot count is reset whenever weapon is reloaded or stowed. Basically, what this means, as long as you're hitting precision shots, is gonna it's gonna give you bonus damage, right? Whenever you reload, as long as the first shot is precision, your entire magazine will have that Focus Fury damage buff. Now, again, think that plus the boss spec, there's a lot of damage that this thing can output, and again, you have so much ammo to deal with if you have 4 times the charm and a Focus Fury. This is the only thing I recommend for this gun if you want to literally be on top of your group's DPS board. This is the best thing you can run. Moving on, guys, now we have the Lubre's Ruin Glaive. This Glaive is really good, right? Its design, it's so beautiful, guys. This weapon, if you guys have not beaten the raid already, this is the boss's weapon, his personal weapon. He's gonna go to you and slap you with, yeah, that thing. This is this thing, his personal weapon. We have it, we wield it. This thing glows out of nowhere. It's great. When you have it in your hands, this thing is massive, it's huge. But when you're aiming down or whatever, you have it in your hands, meleeing things, this gun will randomly glow, which in my opinion is a great design for a raid weapon. You know, the previous raid weapons, or every single raid weapon besides a glaive, the little, you know, squares in the front of the barrels or in the barrels, they move, right? But in this glaive, it glows. In my opinion, this is a really beautiful weapon. Now, since the glaives are brand new, I'll try to dissect it at the best of my ability. So now we're gonna start moving to what it can roll with. So guys, I'll try to help you as much as I can, because again, I don't know much about glaives. The first one, I really don't see anything for magazines. The best thing I could say is alloy magazine. You know, whenever you're shooting, when you're done shooting projectiles, you can reload your glaive fairly quickly. Now in the third row, I see Glaive Robber to be the most potential perk. Melee final blows reload this weapon's magazine from reserves. It's great since you're meleeing, you know, enemies. It auto reloads your weapon. Now the final row, the only two things I see here: surrounded, since you're up in enemies' faces, or vorpal weapons. So you can deal with, you know, bosses, vehicles, or, you know, even guardians in the with supers in PvP a little more effectively. So the only thing again I will see here is Glaive Robber, surrounded, and vorpal. Either, you know, those three combined, you know, could be fine. But yeah, moving on to the last two weapons. I'll save these two for the reason that these two weapons I'm about to, well, first I'm gonna present one and then the last one. These two weapons are the best at clearing. Holy moly, these weapons, I've never seen such archetypes with these perks that it has to offer. These guns are revolutionary at clear weapons, one of a kind. I've never seen any other weapon that can roll with things like these. So now we're gonna move on to the breach grenade launcher. That's a Wayframe by the name of Forbearance. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this amazing grenade launcher for the first row, all day 24/7, hard launch. That's all you want. In the second row, you can only roll with two perks: high velocity rounds, since you want your projectile speed to be increased. Now in the third row, the best perk that you could run out of everything that you see here is Ambition's Assassin. Ladies and gentlemen, overflows the magazine based on the number of rapid kills before reloading, meaning when you kill multiple enemies, you can go up to 2 projectiles in the magazine instead of 1. Shoot, reload. Why not shoot, kill a bunch of enemies, reload? Now you have 2 projectiles. Kill a mob of enemies with those 2 projectiles, reload. Yet again, you have 2 projectiles. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, Ambitious Assassin 24/7. Now in the fourth and final row of this weapon, this is what makes this weapon better than Deafening Whisper, the void, Wayframe grenade launcher. Rampage is alright, I do accept it, that's what Deafening Whisper has. But what makes this weapon a lot more better is chain reaction. Ladies and gentlemen, oh my god, each final blow with this weapon creates an elemental damage explosion, meaning when you shoot the weapon, you kill a mob of enemies, everything is gonna explode, meaning you have a confirmed 2 projectiles and you clear a massive area of ads. Ladies and gentlemen, what else do you need? Add clear weapons, put on this grenade launcher, and you clear ads for days. So ladies and gentlemen, present to you Forbearance. On to the next thing. For the 6th and last weapon in our review today is the Submission SMG from the raid, a lightweight frame corresponding to 900 round per minute SMG. This SMG is great, its design is beautiful, I love it. Now the things that can roll on this weapon, as you may see up here, is incredibly insane. I love this weapon and everything that it has to offer. Now let's see what we got here. So guys, the barrels that are shown here in front of you, right, for the SMG, corkscrew rifling is the best one in my opinion that you could roll with, for the reason that you can get 5+ range and you can get 5+ handling, since you want to use this SMG a little bit more faster than usual. And for the magazines, the only one I truly believe that should be used in this gun is alloy magazine, since when you run out of bullets like me, you can reload the SMG a little bit quicker than usual. Third column, we have overflow and subsistence. Overflow, again, when you pick up a special or heavy brick, it reloads your primary weapon, in this case your SMG, by itself automatically and above its capacity, meaning if you have about 37 rounds in your magazine, it'll probably reload it up to 40, 50, or even 60 rounds in your magazine. And subsistence, what this does, as long as you're getting kills, your magazine is being reloaded automatically from your reserve. Since you have infinite ammo, you'll never run out of bullets in your magazine as long as you keep shooting at. In the last row, we have Frenzy and Demolitionist. Frenzy, when if you're a person like me and just wants to go into the enemy's face and kill everything, Frenzy, after being in combat for a short duration of time, it will eventually give you a damage buff, a handling buff, and a reloading speed buff, which in my opinion is great. Now if you're also a grenade throwing freak like I am, Demolitionist is great for you guys. And so, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed and found this video informative. If you did, please remember to help out the channel by liking and subscribing to my channel. If you want to get in touch with me, the best way to do so is to follow me on Instagram at @izanagis_. Remember, the I in Izanagis is capitalized, the rest is underscore. Izanagis_. Link in the description will be below, and as always, guys, have a great day.